everybody, Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to all of the new people here. I know that a lot of you have just found me recently and you've just found me through my Basics of Cross Stitch videos. So welcome, I hope you enjoy what you see. And of course, welcome back to all of my friends that have been here for a while. I appreciate you coming back and spending some time with me. I have a lot to talk about today and some big news. We're going to jump right into the big news. For those of you that follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you already know this, but we're moving to Texas. We're moving to San Antonio. I know. Some of you just went, oh, why? Paradise is a beautiful place to visit, but when you're like Mike and I, who just love to get in the RV and travel, it's very limiting. We've been around the island multiple times. It's gorgeous. It's a wonderful place to be. But, you know, we've seen the highlights that you can see on the island. We've hiked, we've snorkeled. You know, we've done a lot of things, but I can't imagine spending another 2 years here, basically. It's far from family, it's expensive. I've talked about all this before. So yeah, we're moving. Don't have a timeline yet. There's some paperwork that has to be passed around and signed by various offices to release Mike from his current position. And then the whole moving process starts and we get a date and all that. We're figuring probably spring, early spring, February, March-ish. I do have a friend visiting. Her husband has a convention out here and they're visiting in February, and they were hoping to get together and that I'd be able to kind of do stuff with her while her husband's at the convention meetings. That's in February. I'm not sure, Susie. We're just gonna have to see what the timeline looks like. Our plan is actually to, when it is time to go, get everything packed up, get the cats packed up, get on a plane. Getting the cats back to the mainland is going to be a breeze after trying to get them out here. Obviously, no quarantine rabies issues to worry about. Going to fly into Phoenix, get packed up in the RV, and drive over to San Antonio. And our RV will be our temporary quarters until our household goods get in. And that is going to be so much better than a hotel. There's a nice RV park not far from SeaWorld on the western side of San Antonio, and it's about 3 miles from this facility Mike will be working at. So he is planning on getting a bike and riding to work on the bike. Tons of apartment complexes all in that area that are very nice. And again, several of them within a mile or two. One of them is actually right across the street from the facility. So we're not going to have to worry about a second car. A lot cheaper in Texas than here, of course. So just a whole lot of positives about this move. So I hope you guys will celebrate with me. I know it's kind of comes as a shock. It'll be a year, December 7th, that we've actually arrived here. This time, yesterday, or maybe Sunday, is when we started driving the RV, or not the RV, the SUV across the country to Phoenix to get on a flight out here. So, a lot happens in a year, but we're very excited, as you can imagine. The other thing that I'm just like mind blown about is I'll have access to all of the different things that happen on the mainland in the stitching world. My friend Laura Duet, Modern Mozart on Instagram, listed out the different events she's attending. I told her I'm going to just follow her from event to event because she does so many great things, and I'm always like, oh, I'd like to do that too. Silver Needle, Tulsa, Oklahoma, in September of 2020. Tanya Brockmeyer of the Scarlet House will be there. I called yesterday. They already have a waiting list. I'm number 3 on the waiting list. I don't want to wish ill for anybody, but I hope 3 people have to drop out before September so I can go. and we can drive the RV there. We'll be driving up in the RV and staying in a campground that's only a few miles from the Silver Needle. So, I'm hoping this works out. Laura also told me about the Dying to Stitch retreat in April, and I'm definitely going to get to a Dying to Stitch retreat at some point, but I think April's probably going to be too soon after we move there to, actually after our household goods get there. Who knows when that will be, to really, be going any place just yet. But I'm hoping for the Silver Needle in September. Also, Laura, I'm sure many of you have already watched them by the looks of their viewing numbers, but Brenda and the Sampler Stitcher, the new Flosstube by Brenda and Laura, they are on number 6. I just started to watch it this morning. I don't get a chance to watch a lot of Flosstube, mostly because I'm recording videos and, running around on the days that I'm not recording videos. But they are great. They do mostly samplers and more antique type stuff, but they have been friends for a long time. They've been stitching for a long time. They have a great energy between them. Of course, gorgeous things to show. They are, like I said, up to number 6, and their viewers are like 10,000, 12,000. I mean, just like, they've taken Flosstube by storm, and I'm just so excited for them. I'm excited to watch more of them. And like I said, most of you have probably already seen them. Excuse me, if they're viewer numbers or anything to go by. But yeah, if you haven't, I highly recommend. I will be linking them below so you can check them out. And quite frankly, I'm looking forward to getting to know Laura better. I mentioned in earlier videos that she was supposed to be my roomie at StitchCon last year, and she had to cancel, but we did get to meet at the attic a few weeks ago, and so I'm looking forward to getting to know her better. And her friend Brenda, of course. Brenda looks like a wonderful person, just a little bit that I watched. I had hoped to have more finishes to show you, or have some finishes to show you. It's not like I show you a lot of finishes, I know. This week I sat down at my work table up there on Sunday to put together that Autumn Time and the Winter Wonderland, and I don't have any sticky board. So I guess that shows how long it's been since I've tried to finish anything. I didn't even remember. So I will be making a trip to Ben Franklin here, hopefully this weekend, and get some other doodads to, decorate the finishes with. So hopefully this time next week I will have some finishes to show you. I had also planned on finishing my Heel Through the Journey. I was waiting till I had ordered some chenille. I told you I wanted to work with chenille for the edging because I really want this to have kind of a warm look, a warm cozy look, so I was waiting for chenille. I ordered both of these from 123 Stitch. I have more haul to show you, but that will wait till later. And I'm happy with both of these colors. In relation to this, I think either one of them would work. But I started to think, I have a little frame up there that I thought, oh, maybe I'll just frame this. But again, I don't have any sticky board. But back to Brenda and the cereal starter. On their video that I did watch this morning, they were showing some finished needle books. And that made this little light bulb go off up here. What do you think? As a needle book? Wouldn't that be cool? So I'm thinking to use this one now as the backing fabric and the velveteen as the inner fabric. Now I know absolutely nothing about sewing a needle book. I barely know something about sewing a pillow. Seems to me it's just like a big pillow without the stuffing though, right? With some ties on it if you want the ties. YouTube is a wonderful thing, as Michelle Bendy Stitchy said in related to her knitting. You can find out how to do anything on YouTube. So I did a search, how to sew a needlebook. And of course there are more videos than I can comprehend. Not all of them the kind I want to make. So if any of you guys, I mean, I'm sure there's something there I can use, but if any of you guys know of a tutorial on YouTube that shows how to sew together a needlebook, just a simple, anything too fancy, let me know, point me in the right direction, because I'm sure that's a bunny trail that I could get lost in very easily. Speaking of bunny trails that I could get lost in, I did a thing on Sunday. Since I couldn't finish anything, I played. I have had in my mind playing with fabric and beads and embroidery with like fabric collage. So Teal Elder had asked me what my inspiration is. And after my long inspiration, or my long explanation of my inspiration, I asked her if it was too much information. So my inspiration was Fibers on a Whim, and I'll link them below. Hopefully I'll remember. If not and you're interested, remind me. I saw something on Instagram of a embroidery fabric collage-y thingy with some paper on it too, that just fascinated me. So I went to their website and explored their website. And then I went to Pinterest and explored on Pinterest. And then I went to YouTube and watched some videos. And I don't remember what happened next. Oh, and then I had the idea of using, now that's the back, so you can see in all my woven in ends, using my knitting swatches, because a lot of these fabric collages that you see have a lot of different textures on them, and I kept all of the swatches I've ever made for any of my projects, so why not use them? So that is actually the base for this one, and that is where I got my color inspiration from. You can see I have different embroidery stitches. I've used pearl cotton and embroidery floss, felt. This is a piece of a scrap of linen. The fabric is actually the gingham, and then this flowered one is some of the, I got a stack of squares, I guess, that had been passed, I believe, from a friend of my grandmother's who did a lot of quilting to my mother and then to me. So these are definitely vintage fabrics, and then this is one I had picked up at Joann's. This is actually, there's in that pile of scraps that I got from my grandmother's friend, there are actually some quilted 9-square patches, and that's actually one cut up that I attached the button to, and then some beads that I have, and just some rickrack, not rickrack, but pause for tourist helicopter. Some ribbon that I picked up somewhere, probably Ben Franklin. So I'm pleased with it. I think it's a little busy, but for my first attempt, I think it's kind of fun. I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe just attach it to a canvas or a frame, mat it and frame it. I definitely am going to do something, but I thought I'd show you. So to felt all of my swatches, all I did was just took them. I was doing a load of laundry. I just took them and threw them in with the laundry, washer and then dryer. This is one of my favorites. Check that out. This is something, it's actually one of Laura Nelkin's designs, and I had started it and just decided that it wasn't for me. So you can see the beads embedded in the felt. This was a pure wool yarn, so it felted up magnificently. Is that awesome? I could cut this and it won't come apart. Use little pieces. I mean, I just think this is awesome. So some of them felt better than others, and that's dependent upon the quality, or not quality, but the content of the yarn. That's a tiny little swatch, bad Jan. If it's superwash, this proves that you can throw superwash in the washer and dryer. If it's silk, of course, that isn't going to felt. But if it's a 100% merino or some other type of wool, nom, nom, nom. Look at that felting. It's gorgeous. So I have a whole bag of swatches that I can use in one way or another. This, I think, was actually a silk wool blend, and that actually felted up really well. It's kind of a skinny piece. Look at this beauty. It felted a little bit, not a whole lot, but I would use that as one piece. So it's a leaf. How fun is that? So yeah, I have all kinds of fun textures to play with here. So we shall see. Doing this was a bit more fiddly than I expected, but I'm just learning. You know, there's a lot that I don't know about what the best base layer would be, what type of stitches to use, seeing if there's any other interesting stitches that came out in, oh, so here you go. I had started a mitered square blanket. Some of these are wool, some of these are superwash, so some of them felted and some of them didn't. Love it. This was a single ply merino. Fun, fun, fun. Anyway, we'll see. It was something different to do, and it was fun, and I got to use stuff I don't usually play with, so that was kind of fun. All right, let's see. Making sure I'm not forgetting anything in the news. One other note, news note though. I have not heard from Linda Rados yet. Rados, R-A-D-O-S. Linda, you are the one that won the scroll rod covers. So please get in touch with me. I have left a comment on your comment in the original video with my email address. So please email me if you haven't already. I haven't checked my email this morning, with your mailing address so I can get your prize in the mail. All the rest of them have gone out. I have to admit, some of you I sent it media mail, so it is going to take a little while longer, but the postage was kind of mind-blowing from here. So please forgive me if I went the cheapest route possible. But you'll get it, I promise. You'll get it eventually. Let's see. So, what have I been working on? Guess what? I've been working on By the Bay. Time for Season, Sal. Got this corner piece almost totally filled in yesterday. Got a good chunk of the sky filled in. Again, I love the floss I chose for the sky. It is called Kansas Sky by Victorian Motto. So I have the rest of the sky to fill in, and then the ground down here. This is where part 1 ends, so not too much more. I have been using the wood needle minder grime guard hand holding thing. No, I think she just calls it a grime guard, and it works perfectly for hand holding, for stitching in hand. Yeah, I highly recommend them, and again, I will be linking those again below. She's gonna wonder why she's getting all these orders all of a sudden. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. And I had mentioned the last time that I wasn't real sure about the darker color of the water, but I'm happy with it. I'm kind of liking the way the darker and the lighter colors blend together. I think it looks pretty darn cool. So yeah, I'm happy with all of this so far. What's not to be happy with? It's By the Bay. I love working on By the Bay. I am I do have my floss in one of these coin holders. It's working really well. In fact, I can see using this for pretty much all of my projects. I need to start kitting up, well, not kitting up, organizing, I guess is the word, Farewell to Anger now, so I need to get more of the coin pockets. I'll need more needles, I'll need more felt. That's the one thing I don't have here. I am only using one needle on the by the bay piece, but for the full coverage ones where I use a bunch of needles and park them in the felt like I'm doing on Santa Fe decor, it works wonderfully. In fact, if there's any of you sewers out there that want to come up with some kind of case, pretty thing that can hold a bunch of pockets, the pockets can't be too small. This is about as, oh, it's upside down. No, it's not. These ones have little flaps on them, which is kind of annoying. I was actually been thinking about cutting off the flaps, and I haven't done that yet. But I wouldn't want the pockets to be any smaller than this so that you can actually get your fingers into and out of it. So yeah, I don't have the felt on these because I am only using one needle. But if there's any of you sewists out there that do project bags that want to come up with something brilliant that can hold a bunch of pockets and has felt to park the needles in, I would pay for that. So yeah, what I'll be doing, unless somebody quickly comes out with something, is getting a bunch of coin pockets, getting more felt. I think I have some left still, and starting to put together what I need. And I have to put tape on all of the pockets to write the number and the, or no, I can print out the color page and cut it out, but I do have to tape it on each pocket, the color symbol and number, so it's easy to see. And then putting them all in a notebook and having them all, that will be my Farewell to Anger notebook, and I have a separate notebook for my Santa Fe decor. It's working really well. All right, so there's that one. The other one I've been working on this week is the fractal bookmark. I am officially, according to, let me bring it up here, according to Pattern Keeper, I am now over 50% done. Whoops, I knew it was going to do that. All right, look along the edge here. See that? It says, can I read it without my glasses? 0 stitch today, so it tells me how many stitches I've done each day. I've done total in this piece 7,559 stitches out of 15,000. I am 50.39% done. So I am going to continue working on this. I would love to get this done by the end of the year. This and Shades of Gold are my goal. So I'll be working on Time for Seasons. I expect I'll have that done by the end of the weekend, if not earlier. So I think from now on, I'll be going back, instead of bringing Santa Fe decor back in, I'm going to go back and forth between this one and Shades of Gold, because I would love to get those two done by the end of the year. I don't know if I can with this, but if I don't switch off to Santa Fe decor, I certainly stand a better chance. I would love to have it done before I start Farewell to Anger, and Shades of Gold as well. Because Farewell to Anger, that's going to be a project and a half. Of course, that's going to be a project and a half that will last for a long time. The problem with my plans, though, as you know, is resisting starting something else. I showed you this last week, and one of my dear followers, Liana, said she was actually working on the green flame stitch while she was watching me. And then she showed me her progress on Instagram. She took a photo and sent me a message. It's stunning. So she has this flower border at the bottom done, and then she started the flame stitches here. Raquel, Mrs. Sadis, I would love to do this in your silks, but I think we need more colors. We need more shades of those pinks and greens, right? This is charted for both, I haven't actually opened it yet. It's charted for DMC and what I believe is probably a Vera Soie or Soie d'Alger, looking at the numbers. I want to do it in silk. You know, Laura and Brenda this morning on their video, because Laura does start a lot of things. When she feels like starting it, she starts it, and she has the stash, and you know, she kind of buys things as kits, so she has, you know, kitting up herself. And they're like, you know, it's the process. Don't worry about things getting done. Don't worry about, you know, how many things you've started. If it's calling you, start it. But you know something, for Christmas, I bought the English Garden sampler, everything I needed for that. That's one of my Christmas presents. There's a Jeanette Douglas that I bought all the materials for, that's also my Christmas present. It's funny, I said something to Mike, I think it's after I came out of the attic. Oh, I was showing him the Berlin, what is it, the Berlin Woolworks sampler. That is on my list at some point. The charts themselves, and it doesn't even include the last section, the charts themselves are $144. So I was pointing this out to Mike, and I said, Christmas next year, this is it. And I said, but of course you already have my Christmas present for this year. And he got this blank look. I do? I said, yes. And you put it away somewhere to give to me for Christmas. I did. So yeah, either he finds it for Christmas or we find it when we pack out to move to San Antonio. I love that man. He's such a hoot. All right. Oh, I forgot to mention San Antonio. Did I mention? I have to say, I had to start this video a second time. I was talking and talking, and then I realized my phone decided to reboot. It didn't record anything. So I don't remember whether I told you in this one or my first one. San Antonio, Stitches from the Heart. They apparently have a great cross-stitch store there. So I can't wait to check that out and become involved there. They also do a retreat out of there. And San Antonio has a really active needlework guild, so I can't wait to become involved in that. I'm so excited. All right, that's my progress. Oh, knitting. I do have knitting. As I reach down out of the screen, my shawl continues to grow. I am at 611 stitches now on the needle. I have one more repeat of just this stockinette in the dark color, and then I think the next clue, I go to the next clue, and that starts off, oh no, there's a border of multiple garter stitch rows. Basically as many as you want to do if you want to use up the yarn, which I probably will do quite a few to use up as much yarn as possible. But that's how that is looking. And then the bind off is a 2-color I-cord bind off, and that means you are working just across 3 stitches at a time, kind of back and forth type of thing. It's going to take frickin' forever. But it's the process. I am loving this. It's going to be a gorgeous piece when it's done. It's going to be nice and generous for those chilly Texas evenings. It can get cold. In fact, my friend Laurel, she's one of my friends from my knitting circle. She grew up in Austin, I believe. And she said, yeah, there's a chance that you could get snow that far south. And I said, Laura, I have to tell you, we were looking at this RV park that we're going to stay at while we're waiting for our household goods, and the pictures that they have of the RV park include pictures of it snowing last year. So yeah, climate change. All right. Let's see, haul. I have shop update on here, but I didn't get done what I was hoping to get done to be able to show you, because I was fighting. My second of my Basics of Cross Stitch video is up. I got that up yesterday. It took me 3 tries. I was ready to throw my iPad across the room by the time I was done. Either that or burst into tears. Between my keyboard not working, YouTube not working, I don't know what it was, but yesterday was not a good day. But I do have haul to show you. Today's video is going to upload much better, right? Right. I got my first grime guard. This is from Garon Toten Bags. This is an 11 by 11. It's not themed with anything other than alcohol. Let's see, it says green limes, red watermelon. I guess it's not alcohol. Maybe it's just alcohol in my head, because I see a lime and I think mojito. Apple, blueberries. It does have a thing of lemonade. I could pretend that that's like a picture of mojitos, right? Sweet strawberries. So pretty fabric. And this fabric kind of reminds me of the colors in Farewell to Anger. So this is my grime guard for that. Now this is 11 by 11, like I said. I don't know for sure that 11 by 11 is what I'm going to use. Carolyn Zook and I have been going back and forth about size. She thinks she may use an 11 by 17. I'm using 11 by 11 for Santa Fe decor, and it is, of course, I'm just in the, very upper corner. It's going to take a while before I need to move that Q-snap. You knew I was talking about Q-snaps, right? All right, the brain, it's apparently not working real well. Or else I just know that you understand the language, so I don't really have to speak in full sentences. Look, see, there's another drink. I think that's a Bloody Mary. So maybe it is. I don't know. I obviously have alcohol in my brain, which I can't drink. I've been taking a break from any alcohol because I'm having acid reflux problems now. That's a different story. Anyway, Carolyn is talking about 11 by 17. 11 by 11 right now is okay, but I am thinking, once you get, it takes so long to do these rows. Even when you get down to the long ones, across the whole page, a lot can still fit in an 11 by 11 before you have to move the Q-snap. So, I don't know. But anyway, first grime guard. Thank you, Gary and Ron. I love it. It's super pretty. No, I am not going to a in-frame stitcher. As much as possible, I'll still be stitching in hand. Speaking of Farewell to Anger, I did get my fabric. Oops. Oh, shoot. Come back here. I almost lost you there. I did get 25 count Lugana, antique white. I just ordered it from 123 Stitch. It was cheaper for the bigger piece than it would have been for a special cut from Heaven and Earth. So it is huge, huge, huge. I think I got 3 inches extra. Yep. Huge. I can't wait to start. Edges are all serged, but I'll need to cut it down a bit because I don't need. So what was this? 27 by 36. I think I need 21 by 29. No, I don't remember. I know I don't need the whole 36, so I will need to cut this down a bit. So I got that, and of course, I couldn't let the fabric travel alone. Now, I have been playing a game with 123 Stitch all week, checking their uploads of new product constantly, because I want those winter salt boxes from Plum Street Samplers. So I have spring and summer. I put autumn in my cart, and I thought, okay, well, I know I saw the winter ones advertised or listed on Instagram or Facebook somewhere. I know it's coming, I know it's coming, I know it's coming, I know it's coming. It's still not there. So I went ahead and checked out, because there were several other things that I had in my cart. Actually, I'm missing one. Unless I took it out. Hold, please. Home for the Harvest cross-stitch stocking. It must be back ordered. Oh, shipped quantity. Yep. So, just like that, things disappear from 123 Stitch. So I decided to just go ahead and press buy now, buy it before everything disappeared. So I'm waiting on, I still have to get winter, the winter salt boxes, and then I'll have them all. I saw somebody had stitched them all together, small, loved it. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And then I loved this as soon as I saw it. I think this is gorgeous. Drawn threads, it's called Little Bits of Christmas. And I love every single one of these iterations of it. So, look at the Santa, look at his beard. Isn't that fantastic? Love it. I would like to start it, because Christmas, actually though, I really want to work on some Christmas ornaments. I have the Teresa Wentzler 12 Days of Christmas, and I have the botanical Christmas ornaments from, I think it's from Cooler Design Studios. I want to do an ornament or two. And December is like right around the corner. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared at all. I want to do it though. I also, okay, so when Winter Salt Boxes finally gets into that store, I'm also going to order the black fabric to work on that, the blue sparkler that I got from Northern Expressions. That's a Shannon Christie design that I got the bead pack for. So that's an ornament type of thing, right? So that counts. So I want to work on that. I want to get the fabric for that. I don't have any nice black fabric. All right, so that's that. Then I also got a package from the absolutely amazing Donna Bayless. So she said after my my giveaway for the 6,000 subscribers, she said, Jan, if you ever need any prizes, let me know. And then she said, you know, I have some things that I have some extras that I've been looking to kind of de-stash. Let me send them to you. I'm not going to be doing a giveaway of these in the near future because I have to get over the postage. I have to get back to the mainland before I do another giveaway. So I will be saving these. Maybe for my, this is Flosstube 78, maybe for my 100th Flosstube. Which actually, well, it's only like, that's about 25 more, 22 more. So that's, well, yeah, we're looking at a few months, right? So welcome to San Antonio, Flosstube number 100. That sounds like a good thing to celebrate. Anyways, a couple of kits. And these are, like one has linen in it and one has Aida, and they have the materials to finish. So that is very cool. And then she sent me a couple of other, she sent me this kit, which is a pincushion kit. And I've never seen anything like this. I think this is so cool. It has a cork in it for the stand. How awesome is that? And then she sent me some very interesting things. Now, we have been talking about a different way to use my photos, to use them as a base for embroidery. She felt that my photos would lend themselves very well, and she had some things along those lines. So the pattern is printed on the fabric, and then you stitch embroidery stitches to embellish the design. This is one that she had the last one of that she thought was the closest to my type of photos. This is a watercolor painting of a friend of hers that she then embellished with different embroidery stitches. So this I'm keeping. This isn't a giveaway, and I'll be keeping one of these. But anyways, it's a brilliant idea. It's a little bit outside of my comfort zone, so Donna is helping me with this, and she's just a gem. She's an amazing woman and so creative. So, yeah, I would say after the new year, I will probably have my brain around this enough to actually be doing something with it. So we'll see what happens. I think that is all for today. Like I said, I will be concentrating on Time for Seasons to get that done. Then I'll be switching back to Shades of Gold. I will be concentrating on the fractal bookmark. I only have a month left. I don't know. That's a lot to do. We'll see. I have goals. I'll get distracted by other things, I know. Because I do want to do some Christmas stuff. I'm not much of one to stitch to the seasons, but there are times that I want to. Anyway. Today's card from Teresa Kogut. Let the angels' boundless love help you let go of negative thoughts and feelings. We all need to hear that, right? Whether you believe in angels or not. There are people who believe in you. You need to believe in you. And get rid of the negative thoughts and feelings. I know it's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard. It's a struggle every day. But know that I love you. Know that I believe in you. Know that I'm cheering you on. And I am telling you, look to the positive. This is the season of gratitude, right? The U.S. Thanksgiving is coming up on Thursday. Hard to believe. Grab hold of that gratitude. Find something every day. And know that I love you. I will see you on Friday for a stitch with me. I do not do Black Friday sales. There's nothing I want to go out that badly and stand in line and get. Besides, the boys' Christmas is done, right? Their Christmas present was coming out here. We're good. We're gonna chill. We're gonna stitch. And I will see you then. My U.S. friends, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Embrace your families and your friends. Take care of you. Oh, and enjoy those leftovers. Mike and I will probably just be going out to eat, so we won't really have many leftovers. But enjoy them for me, okay? I love Thanksgiving leftovers. Until next time, guys, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.